What's going on, everybody? Last day of the week here. We are seeing a huge bounce in the SPY, almost up 5 points. Stocks are, your typical big names are following the SPY for the most part, but something pretty crazy is going on. So the SPY's actually pulled back a little bit from pre-market highs, but some of the big tech name stocks are they're all looking like this. Just straight shots, straight up. And I'm thinking that it's going to give me a lot of chances for some gap and goes, good opening range plays, a whole bunch of stuff here. So I'm looking at Netflix as the main one, as it's got a pretty decent amount of room until we run into anything. I don't know how big 340 is going to be here. But I also got BABA, MU, so there's plenty of possible setups that could be happening. Squares acting up. I've got a couple of, I think AMRN had some news on it. PYX had news on it yesterday, and it's still gapping up again. So definitely plenty to pay attention to here. Alright, Netflix touching 340 for the first time. We are open. I'm gonna take about 400 shares on it. SPY is dropping too. I'm sure it's got a little bit to do with things. Come back hard here on Netflix. Alright, we closed that candle. Nothing else seems to be pulling up here, so looks like Netflix is going to be the one to go for. Hopefully we can pull up. SPY's selling off a little bit. Shoot. Not helping. And big sell-off here. Everything seems to be kind of following SPY at the moment, except for BABA. BABA is not following the SPY. BABA, really nice up there at 149. I don't have anything until 149.75. And Netflix is out. I could probably go if we want to get up there. Go my usual 600 on it. That seems to be working out pretty well. Alright, SPY's turning up. Let me just drop on Netflix, kind of trying to come back here. Really want to see BABA close green on this candle. Too bad. A lot of potential good opening range breaks down. Alright. SPY's turning up here. might want to take a short on this. Short the opening range break down if we can close down there still. Risking about 60 cents. I think 500 ought to do it. I don't want it to do it yet. I need it to close first. I want to see another bounce. Gotta be a hidden buyer there. Alright, I'm going for this. I'm in. Very slow, not near as fast as I thought it would be, or even want it to be. I'm taking off majority. Just 100 shares left here. I'm looking for anything else that's setting up. I thought we would get a much faster break than that. That was pretty slow. There's no reason to have this go anywhere against me. Just taking the risk there, it's fine. I will take my money to start the day. Of course. SPY's really dropping here. We're down about a point from the open. Wow. Yeah, SPY's dropping so hard. Oh, huge bounce on the SPY. Wow. 50-cent bounce. But nothing looks good for a long. Yeah, nothing looks good. Might end up seeing some good VWAP bounces. Maybe on MU here, we just got to VWAP. Huge bounce in the SPY. Maybe something coming up in AMD. Ooh. Froze there for a second. Maybe something with Netflix. Just getting here now. It had an alright opening range breakdown. Definitely think Bob's was better. Tap 338, so seeing the whole number holds a good sign. If it wants to get back up there again, it's just kind of ugly, honestly. A little bit of an engulfing candle here. Kind of a shooting star again. I don't know. Yeah, just tapped it once and left. Square's kind of bottoming here. I guess this is just the very end of the opening range break underneath this 50. Yeah, it looks like I was holding pretty strong pre-market. I'd have to time it with a market order. Gone. I wasn't really watching the tape on that one. That'd be something to go over. Well, MU got above. Now we're coming back to VWAP. Seems to be holding. SPY's helping a little bit. Alright, I'll turn it back on if I see something. Alright guys, I'm back. And I'm just doing a ton of different things here, but finally sitting down, did my weekly work, so I'm going to turn this into the weekly review as well, because there's only 4 other trades to really go over. So finally ended up taking an opening range break down against the gap. Baba was setting up really nicely, really liking how it was bouncing off the 147 level. Kind of looking at pre-market here. 147 really wasn't too significant, as far as I can tell anyway. Nothing special going on, but once it started bouncing off of that, I knew I could definitely get a good short underneath it. SPY at the same time was dropping down. Not super hard, but it was dropping, so I knew it would help a little bit. Ended up breaking down, got filled. You know, I keep seeing it over and over again, where I put my order in right underneath the point, like lower day, high day. And I get filled, and then all of a sudden, we never really broke that. So I went back over the tape, and I was looking at this. You know, there were some like 95s, 97, 98s, and then 99s, and you know, I guess I was just one of the few people that got filled in there. Either way, ended up breaking down shortly right underneath. I really expected it to be a lot faster. You know, kind of a hidden buyer combined with an opening range, combined with the market. I figured we'd see a much bigger breakdown, and I mean, it took a few minutes to really move almost a point here, but with as slow as it was, I wasn't really trying to hold out for anything too long. I mean, I was already up almost $200 once it got down there, so took off the majority once we started bouncing off of that 60, got out at 66, held the rest, came down to like 45-ish, and then took off the other 100 as we popped back up again. So pretty decent trade. The opening range is in the scalp, but I mean, when I got the money, I'm gonna take the money and just keep it, walk away, and be done with it. So nothing super special there. On the week, it's a pretty good week. $350, 3 for 6. Average winner 150. Average loser is only $35, and I traded about a third of the size compared to last week. So I mean, it's really good numbers this week. Really, I know they should be even better. Going over those Baba trades that I took on Tuesday too. So about $30 in commission. I mean, 500, probably even more in non-compliance. So just going over the first one. Oops. Well, the first one was the Tesla trade on an opening range breakdown. Looks like it's the same situation here, kind of breaking down underneath the 261. Looks like I waited a little bit too long to take anything, so I don't really remember exactly what happened. So, alright, so definitely a pretty clear pattern. Previously broke this 261 here, but I'm not in on it, so I'm still waiting for a further move. Spread's kind of wide, about 30 cents, but a new low day and I am filled. 250 shares here, so already down to, so it's down to 89 here. I don't know exactly what I'm waiting for. Profit target was 259.60, so I was risking, where is it? So I was risking $1.30 to try and make $1. So I definitely got my dollar. Well, do I have $1? No, I don't, because I got filled at 63. I was trying to get filled at 85. So there's 56. Oh, and it bounced back. This is that one that bounced super fast. I couldn't really get out in time on it. I mean, this is what I expected Baba to do today. I mean, once we got under these levels, we seriously started tanking here. I mean, moving about $1 really fast in like 20 seconds. I mean, yeah, the ask jumped from like 80 to 60 just within a tick. So I mean, I don't really know what I can do about that, but without, you know, just having to risk the chance doing what it's doing right now, running all the way back against me. I got a majority where I could. I mean, I guess I just should have been I just had to be a little faster. I mean, it's just how it is. Yeah, after I was up, you know, almost $1 on the trade, I don't want to let it run all the way back to my entry for it to just, you know, pretty much do the exact same thing that it did. So I think the only mistake there was just I just wasn't fast enough. Because I mean, the same situation happened with this next Baba trade too. Jeez, already took it. Wow. So we got Baba. Let's see. Plenty of trades on it. The gap and go. Very nice setup. You know, pre-market trends lower. Had a little pop at the open and just take a short right underneath it. So I get filled, and then all of a sudden you can see this massive volume spike, and we're trading it for 148, but I got filled at 147.87, and you can see that Lightspeed hasn't exactly caught up, because I think what Lightspeed's trying to do right now is it's trying to fit all of those 400,000 shares worth of orders into the tape. So what ends up happening is we just get this massive lag, and Lightspeed, the actual charting, has to catch up to it. So I mean, it's just one of the, I mean, it's not even that the charting has to catch up to it, level 2 has to catch up to it too, it seems. Because I mean, just looking at it, we're at 147.55 here, and level 2 is at 147.15. So maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it is just the charting that's got to catch up. Either way, I mean, this thing got, once it gets underneath the whole number, I should immediately be wanting to take profits, because I'm up $550 on this trade right now. And I remember saying out loud on it too, I'm looking to take profits down here, and I don't. And I mean, the next 4 or 5 ticks on this thing moving back up, I immediately lose half of it. So I'm only able to lock in half of what I was up, and I waited just too long. So I'll watch it again. Major lag, but huge spike down. I mean, I already know I'm up a bunch of money, because not even depending on where my entry is relative to the difference between my stop and my limit. I mean, the thing's already almost down a point. I mean, like, that's it. This is just where I know I need to be clicking the button, whether or not I'm looking for it to hold on more or not. Also, I think I was a little iffy on this one because I was also looking at this one for a second day play, because that 147.50 was a really big daily level, and I figured that if we could break underneath that at some point throughout the day, it could be a seriously good short. And I think that's what happened here in the first minute, where it actually ended up breaking underneath it. But I mean, also because it's the first minute of the day, you know, all the volatility, there's people covering a lot quicker than I did. I was just one of the last people to do it. So really too bad. Could have been a huge win that I missed out on there. AMD was another solid win that I just barely didn't get filled on. So this was the second day play that I was looking at on Baba, where once we broke underneath that 147.50, I was just looking for some continuation. Stop was, I think, around the 77 area. I don't remember exactly what happened on it. I do remember, though, that the SPY was completely against me in all of my entries on Baba, because I remember looking at it down here, and the SPY had just broke down relatively hard. It was just making a new low a day, and then we just bounced from that point. Never ended up pushing lower than that. So AMD is exactly what I'm looking for on these VWAP trades. First test, give me my stop loss. Second test, look for the entry. Got the 20 coming up on it. So now I'm looking for one more retest so that I can get a tight entry on it. Would have only ended up risking about 5 cents on it. I think I was trying to get 1,500 shares. Just want the tape to hold. So we get down. So we're starting to see some green, but it still wasn't. See, there's what I'm trying to see, is all that. So I'm trying to fill the 75. Comes back again to 75, but I think my issue is I'm last in line or something. Because, I mean, we got there, I just never got filled. I mean, somebody's obviously got to sell to me to get in. And then we bounced a little higher, so I had to sacrifice a little bit of share size just to try and get filled. But, I mean, we just took off from that point, and I didn't really, because I missed such a good entry, I didn't want to buy the breakout or anything. I could buy the breakout because I did write it down on these sticky notes in front of me for a trading plan on it. I got SMB VWAP trade, which is what I was trying to take. I got my trap traders, which is that third Baba trade I tried to take. And then this breakout trade, which could have happened here. So let's see. Huge seller there. He's gone. I probably would have bought after he got bought out. So I can buy the initial breakout. Stop loss is the same as the trap traders. So my stop loss is basically if the breakout doesn't work. So I still could have bought, 1,500 shares. Stop loss would have probably been like 85 at the most. If it's a good breakout, take profits appropriately. Probably towards high a day is where I'd be looking to take some. Exit changes to break even. Look for a new level to hold it on low volume. Confluence is key with the with the moving averages underneath it like that. After the recognized level, holding on tape, enter small size for continuation. Add into the breakout. So I think I'm really talking about after the breakout, if it decides to pull back and hold at a new certain level, that's where I can look to add into the breakout. But in this case, AMD just took off. I mean, there was no... I'd probably be looking to take off some right about now after we got above the whole number, but... No real pullbacks yet, so not really a reason to. Well, there was something funny going on at that 2703. I couldn't tell because it was on 2703 on the ask and the bid. He's still there too. Got to be a hidden seller, so I most definitely would have gotten out on that. I mean, Andy just took off from there, so really missed out on that one. That was too bad. And then the other Baba trade that I took, oh, I guess I took 4 trades on Baba. So this was the other attempt at that 247.50 where I added into it. Oh, we came back to view up, failed, came back down, almost making a new break underneath this 247.50. Just adding into it, tightening my risk, so now I got 100 shares, only risking about 70 cents. And I made a mistake here. And look at it right now. I put my stop order in at 147.25 when I meant to do 148.25. So as soon as I click that, whatever that might be, I'm out of the trade. I mean, it was all right because I saved myself, 20 cents or something. But either way, that was just disappointing. So there was another breakout trade on this Baba here. I mean, it's okay, but at this point, I need to start being a little worried about it because I kept thinking that this 147.50 is supposed to be breaking underneath. But, 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4 attempts, and we got nothing on it. Just never got to that point. So now, I'm thinking that this is a trap trader trade, but I mean it's obvious to me looking back at it now. For some reason, I couldn't get my mind off of this trend line when obviously it broke the trend line, so now there's a new trend line. So I mean the break that it ends up doing here, I figured that after this bullish push that we just had, if we could get underneath this whole number, the previous trend line again here, higher or lower highs each and every time, the 50 coming down on it, I figured it might be a decent trade, but I mean really I'm still just trading inside of this triangle. So I mean I get filled on it. There's nothing, really nothing special on the tape at all. Decent little drop here. Just bought right back up. I mean, I just told you what my stop loss on these trap trader trades is too. Recognize price level that traders are wrong / uses stop loss entry as a break of that level. Stop loss is a small amount around that level. There's no reason for me to really put my stop loss above this level. It gives me smaller size, but it gives me a better chance of letting the trade work, but at the same time, it's supposed to be a breakaway trade because I took a bunch of screenshots of actual good trap trader trades this week here. So this one was on Square. Super obvious. You can kind of see that there's a somewhat of a triangle in here. We get a failed push higher, stuffed it pretty hard, and then we came back underneath this VWAP, and I can't tell what this level is. I think it's 72.50. Maybe it was even 72. Either way, it was probably one of these. I might have been able to take a breakdown on this move here. And then as it came back and failed above VWAP again, that's when it really started selling off. Breaking towards low a day and everything. So this is one trade that I should have taken. That's not it. This was a Tesla trade where it was kind of a trap trade here. There was another somewhat triangle here. Again, failed push higher, stuffed immediately. Clear stop loss right here at this 264. As soon as we break underneath that, just failed, dropped for the rest of the day on that one. And then PYX was another pretty good one. Again, triangle, getting tighter and tighter, failed push higher underneath these moving averages, clear entry right underneath this 48, just sold off super hard. So I mean, I'm definitely seeing them. It's just acting on them. I mean, I'm gonna save these screenshots for future reference and whatever. Hopefully, get to take some more. But I took an opening range play against the gap. Definitely feeling good about that. It looked good. decided to take it. Really didn't hesitate at all on it today. S&B came out with a really good video on trading these volatile markets. I remember last February it was, where the market was kind of like this as well. I couldn't really trade anything because everything was following the SPY. So Steve Spencer was saying, during these times, yeah, that happens. So what ends up happening is they trade the SPY, they trade the market as a whole, trade the Qs and the market ETFs. So I'm gonna start kind of having to switch myself up here unless I see some major news coming out on these stocks. I'll be paying attention to the main market leaders, like the usual BABA, AMD, MU Square. I'll be paying attention to those, but as for news catalysts and whatnot, I don't know exactly how effective those are going to be in the coming weeks, because I know back in February, whenever this stuff was happening, I took 2 trades over the course of 2 weeks. So if I'm gonna be coming here every single morning looking to trade something, I'm gonna have to really adapt to what's going on, not try and force anything. Make sure what I'm taking is super clear, super clean, and really just go from there. So, really not a bad week. Finishing up some money. I think it's putting me green on the month. Might have made back from this August now. I'm not 100% sure. 563, 596. Yeah, I think I might have finally recovered my losses. I'll have to look into that one a little closer and see what's up. But only going to be trading about 3 days next week, going down to San Diego, taking a little break, I guess. I don't know. And then we'll just go from there. So looking forward to trading. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.